Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EIK WM France Tech G456 game with Keith, Astaroth, and maruskaK. maruskaK, of course, a frequent chatter and viewer, so let's see if we can break our losing streak. We've lost like 4 or 5 games in a row. It's not been good. I've been really up and down recently. Like I won a couple in a row, like I won 3 in a row, and then won like 4 out of 5, and then I went on a big losing streak again. So gotta break it. I need Nathan. I gotta recruit Nathan is what I gotta do. That'd probably help. Looking at this first pile, there's kind of 2 picks here for me. One is remodeler, one is pasture planner. Pasture planner kind of goes with tower builder if I want to try to do an early pasture, hold animals early. Or remodeler is just like a pretty solid card. It's a kind of a NRFG card. Which should I take? With Burger Flipper potentially coming back, I could get cattle breeding with pasture planner. Tower Builder is like kind of unreliable though, and I have no idea what else I'm gonna see. So I think Remodeler is the pick here. Well, and then I see Plow Driver, so I kind of hate myself, but that's typical. I can still take Plow Driver anyways, and hopefully get to a stone house. And in fact, Remodeler is the best card in this pile by quite a bit. Did I say Remodeler? I mean Plow Driver. Plow Driver is the best card in this pile by a decent margin. Okay. Cotter. Whenever at the start of a round, no other player has less food than you receive 1 wood. So it looks good for farms that want to feed with non-raw food and want to feed with animals because you can store your food in animals, and also for farms that spend down to 0 food easily. For example, Plow Driver does that. However, there's also some other good cards here, namely Workaholic and Miser and Village Head. I think Miser I like less with Remodeler. Village Head, I think I like Village Head considering the Plow Driver potential play, where maybe Village Head will get me enough stone to reno earlier. I think Workaholic's pretty good, but I think Village Head, I think enabling the Plow Driver is a bit stronger than enabling the Workaholic. Although I don't love passing Workaholic to the Pasture Planner, but I think Village Head is the pick. I think Cotter seems pretty good too, but I think Village Head is going to be better with the first 2 cards that I have. Whoa, okay. I really like Fencing Master. Although, Project Servant is quite interesting. But I probably won't do the pasture. So I think Fencing Master is quite good. Yeah. Otherwise, Storehouse Keeper is pretty good with Plow Driver. But Fencing Master is just a fantastic card. If I play these 4 occupations, it gets me 7 wood, so that's quite solid. Whoa, Oh, Pasture Planner just came back. And Tower Builder. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that. So Tower Builder does not work with Remodeler, unfortunately, because I have to build room action on an action space. What Tower Builder does work with is with going to a stone house and building 2 raw stone rooms for the price of 1, which with Village Head is maybe more doable than normal. And certainly Plow Driver gives us a reward for doing that in the form of, a whole bunch of fields. Could take Pasture Planner here. I could take Pasture Planner here. Could take Clay Plaster. I don't love Clay Plaster here. Problem with Pasture Planner. Well, with Pasture Planner, I'm gonna have my fencing done really early, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But is it going to be worth it? Because I play Fencing Master, then I play Pasture Planner. Yeah, I'm just thinking, what am I going to put all my wood into? Because Remodeler and Plow Driver don't really want me to build a whole bunch of wood rooms. And I don't really want to just ignore wood, because wood is a strong resource. I don't really think I need any of these. Permaculturist enables some silly stuff, so we'll take Permaculturist here. And Cotter came around, which I'm pretty surprised by. I think this card could actually be quite good. Yeah. Although turning wood into grain and wood into stone would be a pretty reasonable way to use my excess wood, if I think I'm going to have excess wood because of my Fencing Master plus Pasture Planner. Okay, yeah, Smuggler is pretty solid too. Alright, well, I think Boarding School is a pretty solid card. I don't know if I have a good boarding school game here. So how is this game likely to work? I'm likely to build a wood room, then I'm likely to remodel Reno to clay, and then Plow Driver will probably come out for like 2 or 3 fields at most at the end of the game. But that's not such a big deal if I have like a massive, like a 4-room stone house plus 4 pastures that I paid for really easily. I should have time to plow. So boarding school could work on the remodeler grow. Alternatively, could maybe go for ceramics. Lettuce patch is always solid. Stone exchange, probably stone exchange on the rebound. If we're going to fence pretty easily, then storybooks is worth considering. I think with this remodeler growth, I should have a pretty reasonable chance to double grow with boarding school. I have a couple occupations I wouldn't mind playing with it. It could play Plow Driver, it could play Smuggler. Like those 2 are probably going to be ready to come out at around that time. I think this is either Alchemist Lab or it's Drained Pond. Children's Playground, actually it could be Children's Playground too. But I think these 2 cards are just better. I always like Alchemist Lab in games where I want to do a big stone house, because usually those kind of games you just need a lot of everything. Drained Pond is a solid improvement as well. I think we'll take Drained Pond here. Unfortunately, I can't toss for Village School and for Village Head at the same time. I think Village School is a solid card, but I don't think I need it here. Nail Basket. Probably just Bread Machine here. Bread Machine's the free point. Yeah, I like Bread Machine over Nail Basket here. I'm probably only ever gonna want one fence action at most with Fencing Master and Pasture Planner, so I don't think I need Nail Basket. This pick, well, Pole Barns looks pretty solid here. Yeah, this pile is fairly weak, so I like Pole Barns here. Dog Academy says Alchemist Lab over Drained Pond. I do have Plow Driver, but if I'm going to Remodeler Grow, then Plow Driver is probably only going to be worth 2 or 3 fields at most. So I think getting one extra field with Drained Pond is going to be worth points still. And then I can get like one Plow Sow action maybe. I think Storybooks is pretty good. Stone Exchange is kind of what I want though. 2 wood, like turn my excess wood into stone. That's what I'm looking for with this game. I think Storybooks is quite good though. I can use it to get breeding pairs of cattle quite early, or just use it to feed, for example. Yeah. And then Children's Playground came back. I'm very happy to take this card. Yeah. And this pick, not going to take Underground Shed. Not interested in Board Traps, so Helpful Neighbors it is. Helpful Neighbors is the fine card here. The ability to start player and get a read is always worth something. Thank you for the host, MLG Deodorant. Kind of a funny name. I like Goblet and Underground Shed. You can Village Head for the stone and build the well twice. Interesting. Yeah, I could have gone for that line. Village Head certainly can get the stone, and it can be done really early. So we start in first. So we do want to get our 2 occupations out before the end of stage 1, but otherwise our 3rd occupation, we don't care when it comes out. So Reedstone Food with our first action looks good. We want to get Reedstone Food 3 times anyways, because we want to hit enough read for Storybooks, or Reedstone Food once and then 2 read once. So don't need to play Village Head with my first action, I don't think. Alright, Keith has got Storehouse Keeper, so we should expect Keith will probably start player with his second action. Might even, might have taken Stone Exchange even if he thinks he's going to start player a bunch of times. And then Wheelbarrow Pusher for maruskaK. I think we like the first fireplace, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 clay here. With our storybooks, we would really like to get the first fireplace, so 2 clay it is. Okay, Astaroth, start player Raft. And then is playing Burger Flipper. Okay. Raft and then Burger Flipper. Well, I should read Stone Food. With Wheelbarrow Pusher, I want to get as many Reedstone Food spaces as I can. Am I going for 3-room Stonehouse early with boarding school? I don't think so, MidiLol. I think I'm going to do a 4-room house. I think I'm going to try to make boarding school work with my 4th family growth. So I'm going to build a wood room, and then I'll remodel for my 4th growth. And my plan is that remodel plus boarding school will go off then, so I'll go for my 4th and 5th family growth at that time. Because the family growth queue should be more easy to manipulate at that point in order to get the double family growth. Also, I have a couple occupations that I'd be fine. Like, if, say I remodel grow in round 10, I have a couple occupations I wouldn't mind playing in round 13, like Smuggler, for example, would be fine. Coming out then. We could build the first fireplace right now. And just say we have that first sheep grab whenever they come out. However, Astaroth is already burger flipping, so that tells me that Astaroth is going to go for probably a cooking hearth, very likely. So if they're going for a cooking hearth, then they're going to also compete with us for that sheep grab. But hopefully the sheep come in round 3. You don't like Remodeler? I mean, 2 wood for a room is pretty solid. I mean, you're only paying for the clay. You would have to pay for the clay anyway, so I don't really agree that it's 2 wood, 1 clay. I think it's just 2 wood for a room. So you're spending an action, like your remodeler action is getting you 3 wood, 2 reed, which in this game, with Wheelbarrow Pusher, getting 3 reed with 1 action is going to be actually really good. Whoops, I took too many food there. Yeah, I'm going to read Stone Food every chance I get because of Wheelbarrow Pusher. And then hopefully 3 wood comes back. If it doesn't come back, I'll play Occupation Fencing Master. And then plan to play Pasture Planner in round 4. Ooh, interesting. Keith going for 4 clay here. I hope that Keith is planning to build a clay oven and not like a cooking hearth. Which I would think, based on what I passed, is a reasonable guess, but you never know. I have an interesting choice here. Astaroth just played Animal Tamer. I can take 3 wood and give up on my pasture planner and just really go for that first room. Now Maruska also has 6 wood and 2 reed, so is not far off, of course. The problem with me trying to play 2 occupations is I need to get a food action before the next harvest. And all the food actions are going to be really bad. Like, I don't want to pick up 1 sheep. I don't want to pick up 2 food from either of these spaces. I guess there's a chance Astaroth will burger flip next round. And if Astaroth burger flips, then I could take the other space, because then it'll have 3 food on it. Or else I could take 3 wood here and actually start taking wood, which I've ignored so far. Yeah, I'm going to take the wood. I really want to hit 7 wood before I build, because I do want to build the stable, so... Whoa! Keith, what are you doing there? Keith just start playing goblet. I have enough stone for the well in my supply right now. So does Maruska. That seems like a bit of a questionable move. Like, it's bad luck that you've had to be last, and that, Astaroth took start player when they did, but I mean, if you can't get the well, you can't get the well, So I wonder if Maruska will first action build the well now, because Keith... Yeah. I would expect Maruska will first action build the well. The thing is, Keith doesn't even really want to build the well. He wants to build the clay oven, like with his second move. So I'm really very confused by this sequence. No, Maruska's going for the wood. Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind building the well. I could build it. Especially because sheep came as late as it did. Getting 3 food in stage 2 seems like it'll be pretty good. Astaroth has got Dove Hunter. Yeah, well, with Maruska playing Wheelbarrow Pusher, absolutely, yeah. Dove Hunter here for Astaroth. I think we're going to go ahead and build the well. We should have pretty good control over a lot of the early food with me building the well, because I have the first sheep grab as well. Unless, of course, Astaroth decides to take 3 sheep. Start player boarding school into 4 wood. I could do that. I could just storybooks. I have storybooks as well. I kind of don't want to show boarding school this early. Oh man, Maruska's gonna double build. Yeah, Maruska's got just focused on wood grabs, reedstone food. Wood grabs, reedstone food. Reed grabs, woodstone food. Heartbroken, wow, that's fun. Well, I can still play Pasture Planner. So Pasture Planner, if I play it now, is worth 6 wood, but of course it's worth 2 wood less than it could have been if I had played Fencing Master before it. I could just throw it away with Village Head. I think we can play Pasture Planner here. And I'll mark 6 spaces. And I was right. Astaroth did Dove Hunter, did Burger Flip, so we would have had time to. We could have gotten that food, but it didn't end up mattering. We only played 1 occupation. Oof, oof, ooh, that's not good. Oh man, Maruska's gonna double build, double grow. Well, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Now, theoretically, Maruska should have a hard time feeding. So if we aggressively attack the food, we might be able to at least slow down Maruska in that manner. Because their next 3 actions are basically forced. So I think I should take 4. I'll take 4 wood if it comes around, but like we should definitely make sure that he doesn't get 4 food traveling players, which he won't because he's gonna family growth with his next move. So I'll go ahead and take 3 wood here. He has wheelbarrow pusher. He can just basket maker's workshop. Sure, but I mean, we can still, like, if he double grows, he's going to need 8 food. 8 food is significant. And also, he'll need 8 food, and some of the actions might be contested. Like, if Keith is able to build the stone oven, for example, then Maruska might have to early action do stuff. And Keith just bought Reed again, so Keith might be going for the basket maker's workshop himself. I will definitely take 4 food with my next move. I would also like to play Fencing Master because I really want to get my Village Head out at some point. But maybe Village Head won't be very good in this game. Maybe I like playing most of my cards. Yeah, because if Keith pressures the major-minor space in round 7, that could make all the difference. That could make all the difference. We're just going to play in Park Cemetery. And then Astaroth going to start player supply exchange, sure. So I would like to play an occupation here. Maybe I still can. Maybe I can rely on Astaroth first action building a room. If Astaroth first action builds a room, then I can take 5 food traveling players. And I do think this game is going to be food tight. So I think we can get away with playing an occupation here. Actually, you know what? There's also the sheep. Am I supposed to take the sheep here? Astaroth has a cattle still. And a bunch of food. Astaroth doesn't need to burger flip before the next harvest. Keith doesn't need to take the traveling player's space. Maruska's not able to take the sheep. Man, this is tough. This is a tough move. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play an occupation here. Go ahead and play fencing master. So I think we're going to go ahead and take the 5 food here. Yeah, I think Fencing Master is still worthwhile playing. It's like a 5 or 6 wood action at least. It does take time to pay off, but it's fine. Second move should be to take 3 wood. Doesn't look like Keith is planning to build. Well, if Keith is planning to build, I can still build in round 7 and grow ahead of him, so. Alright, Maruska grew again. So yeah, interested to see how Maruska is going to feed. So I definitely need to make sure I have time to take the sheep. So like my round 7 could be build a room and taking the sheep. If I take 3 wood here, then 3 wood is enough for me to room plus stable. It leaves behind enough food for storybooks as well. And I did get past supply exchange, so maybe Village Head is still probably pretty playable. Throw away permaculturist, throw away supply exchange. Did I see layabout? No, I did not. I did not see layabout. Astaroth going for his breeding pair of cattle. Should be very appealing. I could try for the 6 wood here, but I think I want 3 wood, sheep, and build as my last 3 moves. So I think we do this. So I'm pretty sure Keith will. Well, you know what? Keith might force me to choose between the sheep and building a room. Which, in this game, considering how food tight it is, I might choose to grow one round later in order to get the sheep. I might take that. Oh no, Keith is gonna reedstone food again. Okay, so that's really good for me. I'm interested to see what Maruska pulls out here. I assume this is where they're gonna set up how they're gonna feed. 3 wood, okay. 3 wood in the joinery, maybe. Start player granary. Okay. And then what are they taking with their first action? Okay, Maruska's got some. There's something. Maruska's got something for sure. There's no way you start player into 4 wood if you don't have some surefire way of feeding. So yeah, layabout is a good prediction here, I think, Doe Academy. I think layabout is an excellent prediction. Can't build a stable on the pasture planter spaces, can I? Can only be used for pastures. Yeah. Keith keeps going on that Reedstone food space. Man, what's Maruska gonna do? Maybe Maruska has Hasty Trader. Although I doubt he would have picked it with his first 3 moves such that I didn't see it at all. Plowing a field. Wow. Okay, yeah. Maruska's gotta have something. Like layabout or whatever. Because if they don't have layabout, should be doing joinery, day labor, traveling players. Astaroth has got food storehouse. Sure. That helps a lot. Yeah, that plus the dove hunter with breeding cattle. That's going to be quite a bit of food each harvest. Stop being so productive. Still watching the... You know what? I feel bad because I meant to upload that at like noon yesterday before I went snowboarding, and I totally forgot. Sorry about that, though, Academy. I know I let you down. Feed 4. Astaroth gonna breed a cattle here. I'm not sure about that move. I like the idea, eating the cattle. I like the idea of breeding the cattle here. That's certainly what I would have done. And Keith is gonna reno stone oven. It looks like he's ready to build a clay room. And so Maruska's gonna play his layabout here, and it's gonna be pretty massive. Why did Keith build the... I don't know why Keith played Goblet. I don't know if they seriously thought they were getting on that space. Yeah, Maruska, what is the plan? Yeah, maybe he's just annoyed that we're making him starve so much. Oh, Quarryman. Okay, I should have remembered that. All right. Well, you know, it's worse than layabout. We're fine seeing that. We prefer that to layabout. It's a worse card than layabout. So if he's gonna feed, like, certainly it gets him out of jail, feeding jail, which is good for him. But you know, it does have a higher associated cost. He can't now build major improvements to get points and to help with feeding as well, or not as easily because he's gonna have to feed with his stone. So actually, the fact that Keith took Reedstone food so aggressively was really hurtful for Maruska. Astaroth plays Occupation Field Agent. Yep. Quite good. Quite good. Plowfield is a hill farmer for him, yeah. Well, not anymore. He's basically at the end of that now. I kind of want to try to make boarding school work here. Because I don't have to family growth with this action. The food cost is certainly high. I could play an occupation here. I could play Village Head with this move. So like drained pond, when's the last time I can play drained pond? It's add 4, right? So drained pond, the last time I can play it is in round 10. So that's fine. I still have time. So I can play storybooks here. So if I'm going to play storybooks, what else should I do alongside storybooks? And I think I want to start going for my remodeler now. I think it looks like I should be able to double grow boarding school pretty easily because Keith might build 2 rooms, but Keith might only build 1 room depending on what they're going to do. I think we could occupation here. I could occupation and just build another wood room. Yeah, I'm not really in a big rush for village head, I guess. I could just take 4 clay here. And 4 clay pays for my reno. If I think... Yeah, you know what? If I think Keith is going to take clay to double build, and I think Maruska wants clay to build cooking hearth, build better ways of getting food other than just quarryman. So the clay actually might be pretty valuable. Okay in theory, but in practice you don't get much. You have to have a really good feeding engine, I guess, right? Keith goes for the reed. Huh, I really thought he was going to take the clay and then double build. Maybe he's planning to build a room in round 9. And Maruska does immediately go for the clay, yeah, which I expected, because Maruska really wants a cooking hearth. Really wants to build the cooking hearth and then get 2 boar next round. Go ahead and play storybooks. Eat a sheep, get a cattle. So Keith not taking clay tells me he's not going to double build. Oh my goodness, he has 14 reed. Why does Keith have 14 reed? What is going on? What is going on? Maybe Maruska won't build the cooking hearth. Maybe he'll just rely on getting plus reed like stone food. Astaroth played village school. Why is Maruska apologizing to Keith? Oh, because he built the basket maker's workshop. Yeah, Keith is gonna be like, what? Okay. JP says, and surprisingly few minerals. Okay. I don't really need to take food with this action. I should probably take 4 wood. 4 wood pays for my boarding school. I'll play Village Head this round, and then Village Head can get me a reed, and then Remodeler can get. I can play Remodeler next round. I can remodel Reno plus boarding school, and then family growth. Seems fine. Keith playing Tower Builder. Okay, so he is playing around Tower Builder. So is he gonna Reno to a stone house? I kind of feel like if you're going to tower build, you should reno to a stone house here. Maybe not. I guess he has 6 stone, and what else is he going to use the stone on? Pottery? Not going to use it on joinery. He doesn't have any wood. Maruska, start player market. Very solid. So he's going to have 2 grain and a vegetable sown at the end of round 9. Yeah, Maruska's having an excellent game. Really excellent game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play Village Head. Toss Permaculturist for a reed. Oh, and I get more fences on my fencing master. Okay, so Keith is going to grow. Not in this round. Oh man. Keith is going to grow round 10, round 11. But I have seating priority over him. So I can always play my remodeler after his second. Or I can play my remodeler with my second action, and then he can't respond because he'll be family growthing. Probably. Unless he first action start players. Alright. Well, we'll see if we can make this work. It'll be tight. I might not get Drained Pond out in time, and if I don't get Drained Pond out in time, I think I'm not too upset, because I have other miners I can play. Like Bread Machine, of course, Pole Barns. Helpful Neighbors is playable, although it's not great. Supply Exchange does help me get to stone faster for my plow driver. Although probably just throwing it away is good too. I could do some fencing here. And then I could hold a breeding pair of cattle in the future. Oh, fence it, Astaroth fence. So no fencing. What am I saying? I think I could take 4 food traveling players because, yeah, me and Astaroth are the only people who like the animals right now. Yeah, that seems fine. Feed 6. Maybe I didn't need to do a 4 food traveling players. Maybe it should have been a crop action. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like the food is still going to be useful though. So Maruska's gonna sow, and then what's his other action gonna be? Probably triggering his well builder or his wheelbarrow pusher. So I think the question is, does Keith and Astaroth take wood aggressively for the rest of the game? If they do, maruskaK will have a bit of a hard time getting enough wood, which probably should mean that I can still challenge him. But if they don't take wood, like if Keith continues to ignore wood and Astaroth doesn't take wood very aggressively, then we're going to have a really hard time beating maruskaK. I could first action start player. Yeah, because this board is actually pretty boring for me. There's nothing I really want. Aside from I could fence with my first move. If I fence with my first move, then I can hold the cattle in round 11. But I'm thinking I could start player Drained Pond here. So Drained Pond, then remodel, then Reno. Toss supply exchange, gain a wood. Yeah, I kind of like this idea. And then I can fence 7, spend 4 here, and 3 here. There we go. Yep. I like this. So now to do all the rest of my fencing, it's not going to cost me very much. Is Keith going to start player here? If Keith start players, that really sucks for me. Oh yeah, he's going to start player. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, at least I get 3 sheep as compensation, but yeah, this is bad. This is really bad for me. Maybe I should give up on remodeler and just try to get a get to a stone house as quickly as possible. I think I can still remodel. Yeah, because this board is pretty... Again, what else am I going to do with these 2 moves? This board is pretty boring to me. Aside from taking wood and plowing, once those 2 actions are gone, I don't really have a whole lot that I want to do, so... And continuing to play occupations gets me wood, so... Getting wood seems good. I forgot about ceramics. If I'd remembered ceramics, maybe I should have predicted that Keith would start player into pottery there. So I will play remodeler with this action here. But yeah, it just means that the remodeler's coming 1 round later. Which actually, boarding school... Add 3 to the current round. So boarding school, unless I grow in round 11, boarding school doesn't do anything. So that's a shame. So boarding school is getting tossed. Drained Pond is getting tossed. I will remodel, but I'm going to try to grow. If I can get my plow driver for 2 actions. Yeah. It's obviously not great, but I need to start throwing away stone, or throwing away cards for stone so that I can get up to a stone house. Because I will probably want the fields. So throw away boarding school, throw away drained pond, throw away helpful neighbors, throw away, maybe throw away smuggler? Maybe? I'm not sure. So how much more wood do I need? If I'm going to fence 8, 4 comes from pasture planner. Then I need another 4. So if I play Remodeler and Plow Driver, I only need 2 more wood in total. So there's 2 wood in my supply right there. Because I won't play boarding school. Now I do have pole barns, but pole barns can't come out until after I fence 15, and same with children's playground. So I can always go back and take 3 wood later. Astaroth is renovating here. Reno plus Steel Plow. Steel Plow is a good card. Yeah. You know where we're getting really kind of screwed is from family growth being left fallow in round 9. We should have been maybe in a position to double grow. Go ahead and play Remodeler here. Toss Helpful Neighbors for a stone. And need to put a fence on Fencing Master. Alright. Keith gonna take 4 wood with his first move? Or does he need to do something to secure his feeding? He needs 4. Yeah. No, he doesn't need the feeding because he's got basket maker. He's got pottery. So hopefully he takes the 4 wood. If he does anything else, I'll be kind of annoyed. Good. Alright, good. Okay, yeah, we don't need to take wood, fortunately. So we can plow with our first move if it comes to us. If we don't plow, we could take food, or we could reedstone food, maybe. Astaroth is doing a big plow action here. Alright. Well, this board is pretty boring for us. Which I've said a bunch of times today, but yeah, we're not really interested in anything on the board here. We'll go ahead and play Plow Driver. We're now ready to do all the rest of our fencing, and we'll toss Smuggler for a stone. What's Keith doing? Oh, here's my Plow Driver. So Plow Driver is going to be an action and 3 food for 2 fields, which is not great because 3 food is basically an action on its own. So it's kind of action neutral, but I need to get a bunch of fields plowed, and the field space has been pretty hot. Although maruskaK and Astaroth won't care about plow 1 field anymore, it'll just be Keith and I that care about plow 1 field, so I should be able to get on it. I mean, this game was always going to be really, really difficult to beat maruskaK when round 5 was family growth, when he was ready to double build. That was always going to be really, really tough. Keith plays a baguette. Sure. And maruskaK is going to play nail basket. Nail basket quite good for maruskaK here, actually. Wants to start getting his feeding done as soon as he can. Reno is safe. Unless Keith... Well, Keith might reno, I guess. So we'll reno here. Reno play... Should we cooking hearth upgrade? May as well, right? And then our last move could maybe be fencing. And I'm going to toss boarding school for a stone. Well, this village hut is going to basically give me a free stone reno, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my last action could be defense, and then I'll have there'll be lots of good animals available next round. And plus I'll get an extra cattle from my storybooks. Okay, I think I'll do the rest of my fencing here. The alternative would be taking a crop. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to do fence 8. Toss drained pond for a stone. Or I could toss drained pond for a wood. Thinking, am I going to get on Reedstone food next round? Probably not, right? Probably not. For food H to feed 6. So then in this round, I take animals, I reno do a stone house, and then I family growth as my 3 moves. So take a pair of boar, ideally. Because then I'll have 3 breeding pairs, which is quite nice. Ooh, it's family growth here for Maruska. That's quite nice. I'm sure Maruska's very happy to see that. Yep. Keith might want to reno. Hopefully he doesn't reno with his first move. Astaroth start player spade. Yeah, the fact what makes Village Head much better than Village School is the fact that I don't have to be paying for my stone house. I can be throwing away cards in advance and give myself the ability to reno to a stone house, which is pretty awesome. This has been pretty awesome. I guess I could plow instead of taking 2 boar, but 2 boar is a lot of points. It's going to be 3 points and 3 points and some food, right? Also, how funny is it that I've only got 3 plate occupations here? I would not have guessed that that would be the case at the start of this game. Or 3 plate improvements. And I would not have guessed I'd have the well and the cooking hearth. Like, if you had asked me to predict, I would not have predicted those ones. So I think we'll probably throw away Children's Playground because we have lots of animals. So we'll toss Children's Playground to get a read. And then Bread Machine's a free point, so we'll play that one. Start player Gold Mine here for Keith. Okay. Sure. maruskaK goes for wood again. Does need clay. Unless he's got conservator. I wonder. I don't think so, but... I will need to pick up food in round 13 because I'm going to need 4 or 5. Because I can eat 2 sheep, but I don't want to eat any more than 2 sheep. Go ahead and play Bread Machines here. Doesn't really matter. I don't have an improvement to play, so... And last action is Family Growth Nothing, get a cattle. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 cards I've thrown away with Village Head. And I could throw away another. I could throw away Pole Barns. Probably Pole Barns being 2 actions for 3 points will be worthwhile. One action to take wood, 1 action to play it. Especially if I want to start player anyways. Although I don't really want I don't really want Plowsow around 14. Because I got no crops. I probably will take I'll probably take vegetable or grain in round 13, but realistically I'm probably not getting crops sown, so... Alright, what are we waiting on? Still showing that so that means Keith needs to refresh. Alright, this game has gone really badly. I set up a magician game where I thought, oh, I'll play, use bread paddle plus educator to bake bread really nicely, and then both of the ovens went ridiculously quick. Even this sack card did not even build an oven. It was this baking tray player, baking tray plus seed cellar. Built both of them, and that player looks like they're winning. So This is a very sad game. Did not go the way I expected it to. Do have Stonehouse Extension, but I'm not playing it on Reno, which is what I wanted to do. I guess I can hold the Stonehouse Extension. I don't need to reveal it. I have food to plow drive, right? Yeah. I'll still have an okay game, but not as good as it could have been. He's saying he has a poor connection right now. Okay. So people are complaining about the J4 deck, which is funny. Yeah, it's mostly just people complaining about the J4 deck. Well, there are a bunch of duplicates and stuff, which is a problem. Cards that you added in J4 that are already in other decks. So maruskaK gets all his fencing done. Nice. So since I'm at stone, maruskaK might still be able to get to a stone house if Astaroth ignores taking 3 stone. But I'd be kind of surprised if that was the case, considering Astaroth already has the reed and has village school. So maruskaK probably getting to clay house at best. No imp plus A. And then plow drive. All right. So we take food, we take crops, we plow. That's our rest of the game. Food, crops, plow, maybe take wood for pole barns. Probably will want 2 actions for 3 points. That'll be a fine thing for us to do. Yeah, I kind of want Astaroth to start player, because if Astaroth takes start player, then that puts a lot of pressure on the Reno, theoretically, if Keith doesn't Reno, so... Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job of generally pressuring food. The fact that maruskaK is still feeding off of his Quarryman plus his Basketmaker's Workshop almost exclusively, that's probably a good sign that we correctly pressured food options. Now, having said that, it means that he doesn't need to eat animals, but I mean, he's going to be able to pick up 3 sheep here and end up with a fine animal score, because he's already got 2 cattle on his farm. Oh, Keith built another room there. Yeah, Plesso is nice, but Keith still needs wood. Like, Keith does not have enough wood this game. We'll take family growth if Astaroth passes it, but does not, so we will plow a field for 2 points. If I have to eat a third sheep, it's not awful, but I would really prefer not to. It's obviously more food in the last round if I don't have to. Maruska grabs a bunch of reed for his basket maker's workshop. Man, Keith is going to end the game with like 10 reed in his supply. Oh my god. That's kind of funny. Well, start player is available. So I'll take 3 wood. And then I can start player pole barns if it comes back to me. I don't really love Plauso, but taking it blocks other people from getting it, so yeah, I'm just a little behind. Like, imagine I had a grain and a vegetable here. Then that Plauso action in round 14 would actually be good. Would be actively good instead of just eh. I wonder if Keith has an oven a replacement, like Baker's Kitchen or something, since he just took grain there. If he's going to family growth play something. Alright, Maruska plays Clay Plasterer. So Maruska can double Reno because of my... Oh, I guess I haven't taken start player yet. Astaroth could still take 3 stone. I think we'll take the cattle here. Take the food and see what people do. See if Keith might start player Baker's Kitchen here. Maruska might Reno. See what Maruska plays on Reno. Keith is going to start player or family growth lasso maybe. Yeah, family growth lasso. Okay. Well, he's going to end the game with only 9 reed. 9 useless reed in his supply. Well, I think I start player here. If I start player, I should get some pretty good actions next round. It's kind of screwing over Astaroth a little bit, but two HA to feed 8, and then breed, and then at the start of the round eat a sheep to plow a field. Okay. So Maruska, how does Maruska feed? I'll wait to see how he feeds. Reed stone food. So he is able to Reno. Okay. So Keith and Maruska should both be first action Reno. So then I will get family growth back, it seems like. So I don't actually have to plow sow here. So I could family growth with this move. Yeah. Because family growth gets me a cattle, which is food. Yeah, I think family growth is probably my best move that I have available. So family growth and then plow and then take food and take a crop. Something along those lines. Yeah, so if I take a cattle, then I can eat a cattle, a boar, and a sheep for 9 food plus, and that's enough. I don't actually need the extra food that I have here. Keith playing Alchemist Lab here, giving up on fencing? Or does he think that Maruska will Reno fence, blocking? But then if Maruska Reno fences, then Astaroth will Reno fence. So, or then Astaroth might regular fence. I'm not sure what Keith has got planned here. Not gonna Alchemist Lab, gonna Cooking Hearth, sure. Could have built more rooms even. Keith has so many resources except for wood. He took lots of everything but wood, which wood is the best resource. Would have been nice to be able to block So Bake, because it looks like So Bake is going to come back to Maruska. Because they probably going to Reno here. Although Plow Sow is a huge move. But if they don't Plow Sow, they get So Bake back, which is almost as good. So I think Reno is definitely the right move. Because Astaroth will Plow Sow, and then I will Plow. And then Keith cannot legally So Bake, so... I'll have a fine score. It just won't be spectacular. Probably not enough to beat Maruska. Because, yeah, Maruska's going to have a ton of crop points. And a 5-point Basket Maker's Workshop. I do have the well, which counteracts that somewhat, but... I think the crops are going to be the difference. Ooh, Astaroth might not Plow Sow. Astaroth might decide that fencing is better. Interesting. Yeah, Astaroth is doing that. Okay, well, I will Plow Sow, sure. For another 2 points. And then I'll take vegetable, take grain with my last 2 moves. Yeah, it's a big sow action for Maruska. 4 points? 3 points? A lot of points. Maybe 3 points and some food? No, he doesn't have an oven. So 4 point so action. Ooh, not quite 4 points. Maruska may be recognizing that he needs food and is going to have to eat some raw grain. So decided to sow an extra oh no, never mind, lettuce patch. I forgot about lettuce patch. Very nice. Yeah, I think Storybooks is quite good. The fact that I didn't get Storybooks for a second cattle until round 12 really hurt it, but most of the time, if you're going for a fourth growth, you're getting it before round 12 if you kind of play properly, which I don't know if I did. I should have maybe been ready to double build earlier. If I can end with my only negative being 1 empty space, then my game's gone okay. Oh, nope. Keith taking the grain. Alright, well, I don't really have a point for my last move then, do I? I guess I could let Storybooks give me a boar, and then if I could breed cattle and boar, that's how I could feed. So if I took 5 food here, no, even if I take 5 food, I still have to eat some kind of animal. So yeah, I have no points left with this move. So I guess we'll take a cattle. And then plus all right. Final score, 44. Not very good. That's what happens when you have a bunch of negatives. And I don't have that many points for my improvements. Maruska's already at 47 without counting their bonuses, yeah. Yep, well, Maruska had a massive start. Really massive start. And we'll probably be in second by a fairly comfortable margin, but nowhere near touching Maruska. Yeah. Yeah, Astaroth and Keith had fairly weak games. Yeah, Astaroth ends at like 40-ish. Keith ends at 30 something. Poor Keith. Maruska playing Stone Exchange. So we're going to eat a bunch more stone. Alright. Well, we weren't that far off. I mean, Maruska obviously had that massive start. And we're several points behind. You know, we need to have sown crops. There's no way we ever win this game without sown crops. Yeah. Wheelbarrow pusher, just focusing on getting the first room. Ended up getting 2 rooms at once because the rest of us were not pressuring the build a room space. So that happens. Wonder what Keith drafted. I'm gonna check it out, take a look and see. Three 33940. Oh, this is me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my picks. Like, Village Head was massive, 3.9, great card. Remodeler, this opening pack was really bad. I thought Pasture Planner plus Tower Builder, and both of them came back hilariously. Master None ended up getting drafted but not taken. Yeah, people look at this card and think it looks good, but its power seems pretty low. Seems like it's fairly weak. Village Head is good. Fencing Master is good. Pasture Planner is good. Yeah. Boarding School, top card by power, although I wasn't able to play it. Drained Pond over Park Cemetery. Yeah, the cards in this draft were funny. I got a lot of good power cards that are drafted kind of late, which is interesting. Like Storybooks 2.5, 4.47. That card's undervalued. Alright, let's look at see how the others drafted. So Keith first picked Noble, and then second picked Master of None. Yeah, with Noble I definitely would go for Pasture Planner. And then maybe you hope Tower Builder comes back. Oh man, Noble into Tower Builder. Yeah, probably should have just taken Tower Builder here. You maybe can gamble it comes back and take Pasture Planner, but Tower Builder plus Noble, unblockable family growth. And then he takes Peace Worker, sure. Workaholic, sure. Star Keeper, yeah, so he drafted fine. Took Tower Builder when it came back. First pick Sunflower Farm. Is that the one where you get points for harvested grain as long as you harvest 4 or more? I think. He took Ceramics here. So I guess with Peace Worker, he's thinking I'm going to go for an oven anyways, so then Ceramics becomes a lot better. Alchemist Lab, okay. Baguette is pretty weak. Did not need to take it here. So this is where a card like Village School would have been really good for him. Took Lasso ahead of Baking Tray. I think if you're going to bake, probably playing Baking Tray is a good idea. And then Goblet. Probably, I mean, Goblet's fine. Yeah. So maruskaK first picked Wheelbarrow Pusher. Second pick Restless Father, which they didn't play. And then third pick Quarryman. Wow. That ended up being a hero card for him. Third pick, Quarryman. Weakest card in the pack by ADP and by power. Well, that was a hell of a pick. That basically won him the game there. Then he first picked Market ahead of Steel Plow. Interesting. Granary, of course. Lettuce Patch, of course. Yeah. Rest of these look good. They're just some weird games. Okay, so first pick Pipe Smoker ahead of Plow Driver, power 4.4. That's probably a mistake. Probably a mistake. Maybe thinking Permaculturist will come back or Lemon Trader, but yeah, should have just taken Plow Driver there. And then Field Agent, you can activate Field Agent every round you Plow Drive. You're paying 2 food for a grain without using an action. Which would be pretty good. He took Dove Hunter here. Did he already know about Burger Flipper? No, we got Burger Flipper 4th after Dove Hunter. Yeah, so you know what? I benefited from Astaroth drafting kind of not at the top of the pack. because I took a bunch of cards at the top of the pack that he passed me. Well, we did say that maruskaK was going to have a massive game if he could feed, and he was able to feed thanks to his excellent third pick Quarryman. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I will stream on Thursday is the plan. There's a chance I stream tomorrow late, but unlikely. So yeah, Thursday is my plan right now. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching. Bye.